Hello my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. And hi if you're new. I am so honored to have you with me here today. You guys saw that title, so you already know what it is. Today's reading is all about, are you a witch, healer, light worker, psychic? So what are your psychic abilities? What are your spiritual abilities? I have 4 piles here in front of me, one with a big crystal, one with a small crystal. But before we get into all of that today, I am super happy to say this video is sponsored by Keen. Keen provides access to vetted psychics and spiritual advisors who provide guidance and insight on life's challenges, as well as clarity in love, relationships, career, and just so much more. Affordable advisors are available instantly, 24/7, and as a new customer, you can get your first 10-minute reading for just $1.99. And after that, pricing depends on which psychic you choose. I found fast, sweet, and super talented psychics for as low as $1.99 a minute. So guys, I've had a couple Keen readings now, and I have to say it's been super enlightening. The psychics I've talked to were really sweet, welcoming, and just got accurate answers from me pretty much instantly. They picked up my energy just by asking my name and immediately knew so much about me. And without me giving any personal information about myself, I asked what my past life was like. Then my psychic described exactly what I believed my past life had been like. She even told me that I knew someone I'd been in a past life with, and I was blown away because that person and I had literally talked about sharing a past life together. And that psychic said she knew that we had talked about it. So I was blown away. It was so crazy. All 3 psychics I tried were so detailed, accurate, and fast. I had a long list of questions and they blew through them all in great detail way before our 10 minutes were even up. Honestly guys, I left feeling so validated, empowered, and prepared for the future. It was really a positive experience for less money than I ever expected. And the best thing is, Keen saves all your experiences so you can visit your favorite psychics again and build your relationship with them. Now, you guys know I don't put my name on something, I don't back something up unless I really like it, unless I really enjoy it. And Keen is just no different. They really take care of their customers. They offer weekly discounts and a satisfaction guarantee for all their services to make sure that you get an awesome experience. And now you can get your first 10-minute reading with Keen for just $1.99 when you use trykeen.com/lunarlighttarot. I seriously think Keen is the best and most affordable way to get fast, accurate answers to your questions, guys. So I would definitely give it a try if you're interested. Thank you again, Keen, for sponsoring this video. I'm super happy to be sharing this service with you all. I really think it's fantastic, no BS. And if you guys want to try, again, my link is trykeen.com/lunarlighttarot. All right? Okay, so with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the pile selection. Pile number 1 here is this clear quartz. Sorry guys, I don't know the name of these smaller ones, but this is a clear quartz. Then we have opalite for the big stone, then rose quartz, and fluorite. Okay, so all really beautiful options here. And of course I have the OG reading for you guys today as well. That's going to be for anybody who likes, comments, subscribes to my channel. And it's going to be all about, can others tell that you're psychic? Alright, so if you want to know if others can pick up that you're kind of magical, go ahead over there and I'll have the tea for you. Alright, hope you guys enjoy this one. I'll talk to you at your pile. Okay, bye-bye. Hey there, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. If you chose clear quartz, this is your reading. Let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, I'm starting off with the Tarot Illuminati today. And this is, are you a witch, healer, light worker, psychic? What are your psychic abilities? All right. So let's go ahead and get into your situation, or your abilities, pile number 1. All right. So we're starting off here with the 7 of Pentacles. And I got this really mind over matter feeling from this. So this tells me that you have a very, very powerful mind. And that you're a very powerful manifester, okay? You very easily bring things to life using your thoughts. I'm seeing that you especially have a talent for manifesting money Although it may not seem like it, you may actually have some trouble. There could be some blockages. But I feel like there's a lot of potential for you to manifest money, okay? And to manifest a lot of abundance into your life. Maybe you've already been doing that. But I think that you have a really great mental diet. And what I mean by that is you're able to kind of switch your focus and your thoughts to thoughts that are helpful for you, to help you manifest. All right, so say for example you want to manifest money and you're worried about, you know, debt or bills coming up. Instead of worrying about it, you're going to catch yourself and be like, okay, I have enough money, I have this, I have that, I don't need to worry about this. And those are thoughts that help you manifest. All right, what else am I getting here? Just again, that you really bring material to life with what you think about. I think that you manifest very, very rapidly. So in that way, you kind of are like a witch or a very powerful manifester, if you wanted to put it that way, especially for somebody who does like candle rituals. If you go outside into nature, you do things with a full moon. What else am I getting? You make spell bottles. Those are all really powerful ways. I'm getting for some of you, it could really help you to try some rituals, to try some journaling, to try scripting, you know, different techniques to help you manifest, or different techniques to help you with any kind of blockages. Especially when it comes to money, there could be a little bit of block, but I see that's also one of the areas that you're probably going to be most successful in manifesting. But there could be some blocks right now, okay, when it comes to that. And I'm definitely seeing that because we have the 8 of Wands in reverse here, as well as the 9 of Swords in reverse. This tells me that if you were to either start or continue to worry about money less, or worry about whatever you're trying to bring in less, you're going to manifest more of it. All right, it's kind of like matching the energy, because if someone, you know, had a lot of money, you want to match that energy, they obviously wouldn't be worried about money, right? So that's the reason why some of your delays come in. But I think for the most part, you have a really great energy when it comes to manifesting physical things into your life, okay? Especially money. All right, let's see what else we have. I am using the Divine Feminine Entrepreneurship deck by Liv Tarot. So what are your psychic abilities? What are your spiritual abilities? Are you a healer, witch, or light worker? For those who chose pile number 1. Diversify, okay. I think that you have multiple talents, okay? And it isn't just necessarily just being a manifester. Mastermind. I think you've actually, okay, I love that this has come up, because this is telling me that your mental diet, or the way that you know, choose to think about things in the world, is really helping you to draw in a lot of different things that you want, a lot of different desires. All right, go for it. Mastermind. I love that. You may also be a part of some kind of manifesting community in some ways. Like maybe you just watch a lot of manifesting videos on YouTube, like maybe you're into subliminals or whatever. But the community that you keep around you, even your friends, you know, maybe your friends are into manifesting or crystals and whatever. The community you keep around you is actually helping you manifest, is helping you get out there in different ways. I'm also getting that some of you could practice like manifesting through blogging, like Pinterest, pinning, things like that, like pinning your favorite photos. You make vision boards, or you watch certain videos about how to manifest, and those are really helpful. Those have helped you a lot. All right. Are you a witch, healer, or light worker? What are your abilities? Create. Exactly. You are a fantastic creator. You write things down and they come true, okay? You type things out and they come true. I'm also getting that you could have gifts when it comes to automatic writing. You might want to try or look up automatic writing. It's essentially getting messages, you know, through writing, through spirit. And people also do automatic typing, okay? I'm getting that you could be really great automatic typing, okay? Just open a Google Doc, you know what I mean? Say a quick prayer to your spirit guides or ancestors, to the universe, and like let messages come through, okay? Transition, okay? I love this. Yeah, you definitely embrace change. I feel like you've been through enough change to recognize that it's always seemed to help you in one way or another. And you are a master of transition is also what I'm getting. I think that, again, like the mind that you have is really, really powerful, because I think you often stick things through when it comes to feeling stuck when you're manifesting. I know like a lot of times right in the middle of when you're manifesting something, it can feel like nothing's happening and you're kind of stuck. You know that's when like the most things are happening under the surface. Like you're able to kind of take a step back and say, all right, what I want is happening and the reality is the illusion, all right? Or if you can't feel that way, it's something good to work on, all right? Mastering the transition phase. Okay, what are your spiritual abilities? Simplify. Stop wasting time on busy work that doesn't move your business forward. Complete tasks that bring in money first. Okay, these are entrepreneurship decks, right? But what I'm getting here is that you really take the path of least resistance to getting what you want, all right? Or you're trying to do that. This could even be advice for you, is to try and block out the things that still make you nervous about what you're manifesting. Or this even could be that that you're already doing this, right? Like you do the right rituals, or you say the right affirmations, all right? Your manifesting routine is on point, all right? Or it's about to become on point. For those of you who feel like you're doing too much in your manifesting routine, or if you it could feel like you're doing too much, you might just want to simplify the things that you feel are most effective for you, all right? And if you don't have a routine, no worries. I feel like your mind really gets a lot of things done for you, all right? So let's check out messages from your angels deck. All right, what are your psychic abilities? Okay. You have Bethany. When you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, sea salt bath, or pedicure. Some of you guys could be like, how the hell does this resonate? What I'm getting, and you can see in the picture here, this woman has a gold, almost like a pendant on her third eye. What I'm getting is that you guys probably get a lot of visions almost, or like, in your mind's eye, you see a lot of different things. I'm just getting that your mind is very, very powerful, all right? So it's important to take care of yourself. It's important to take mental health breaks. That way you can continue to manifest as fast as you've been doing it, all right? But yeah, I'm getting that it's very easy for you to attract in wealth, or it will be, right? It's very easy for you to attract in money, very easy for you to attract in, like luxurious items and things like that. Clothes, better experiences, all those things, energy, aura. And you just need to continue to take care of yourself so that it stays strong. All right, we have Sonia. I bring you a message from a deceased loved one. I am happy and at peace. I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. Okay, this could be literally a message to someone who has passed recently, or I'm also getting that you could have some kind of mediumship abilities, right? You could actually get messages from the other side. And I was already getting that you are clairvoyant in some way, as in, again, you see things in your mind's eye that hold some truth about reality, all right? So spirits from the other side could be trying to communicate with you by sending you, these mind's eye visions, all right? Or maybe you even hear these things. It could be that sometimes when you're in your room alone, your eyes dart to a random corner, you're like, what the hell is over there? You're really seeing something, you know what I mean? You're really picking up on something that is there, but you can't physically see, all right? What else have we got here? Okay, that might have scared some of you guys, but you are protected from all types of harm, okay? They wanted to come out and say that. The worst is not behind you. Ask you to relax and feel safe. You guys are safe. Even though you're seeing these things, no worries, if you're feeling these energies, no worries, you are safe. Okay, then we have Archangel Gabriel. You have an important purpose involving communications and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. Okay, now this could be more about you have a purpose involving teaching these abilities that you have to other people, okay? Again, some of you could be writers, like I said. Some of you guys could be incredible writers. Some of you guys will, like start courses or YouTube channels, or, masterminds to help other people. Even getting to the point of like public speaking, I'm seeing for some of you guys, and helping people on their path. For those of you, it's going to be something like more, something in a different form, even like therapy, or I know this sounds so random, but like hairdressing. Can you imagine like how many times you spilled to your hairdresser about like what's going on in your life? You know what I mean? Y'all can be that person too. And you like heal them from that. Okay, let's go on to the last deck, and then we'll get some of these channel messages, brand new channel messages about your psychic abilities. Okay, we'll get 3 of those. But yeah, Are you a witch, healer, or light worker? What are your psychic abilities? What are your spiritual abilities? Alrighty, what have we got here? Divine patience. Wow, yes. My soul brings forth the right conditions and opportunities for me. The best answers and solutions are delivered at the best times. Again, this patience is so essential. And let's look at the like different facets of this person's mind, you know, like just, you know, emerging from her head here. Again, I'm feeling that the mind is so powerful for you. It really is mind over matter. Like more than even other people, you guys manifest through your thoughts super, super well. I think because, again, your mental diet is on point. All right. And again, you guys have a lot of strength when it comes to waiting for your desires to appear. Okay. And that really, really helps you. It's like that faith when everything looks dark. And that is almost like your superpower of how you're able to manifest things so easily, because you keep that faith. All right. What are your psychic abilities? What are your spiritual abilities? Are you a witch, healer, or light worker? I am getting like witchy vibes from you guys. Okay. So I think these wanted to come out together. We have self-renewal. As I clean out old energies, I have more space for that which wants to be birthed into my life. Then we also have embracing change, which we talked about earlier as well, in transition. With every loss, I understand that something new is about to be birthed beyond what I can imagine. That is just beautiful. Yes, I think that you guys really embrace change, or if you're not totally comfortable with change, I think that's part of your journey, is to get more comfortable with change and more comfortable with the idea of loss, because something great can come from that. I'm not necessarily talking about like losses and like death or things like that. That's always really sad. But I mean, just in general, like you lose 15 bucks, you're going to gain 50 down the way, you know, 15 to 50. I think a lot of you do see change and loss as almost like pruning your own leaves so that healthier growth can come in, okay? And all of that is just really, really essential to, again, that faith piece. That's the most important piece, I feel. Because right when you give up is like when the manifestation starts to slow down, you know? All right, so I'm going to end things off here, and let's go ahead and look at your psychic ability channel messages. So this will tell you like what exactly you have, how powerful you are. Let's see what we got here. I have 12 messages. We'll roll these 2 dice and get 3 messages. All right. So what are your psychic abilities for those who chose pile number 1? Oh, wow. So you have 1 and 3, which is also 4. All right. So you are a light worker and healer. Keep up the great work. Okay, amazing. Yes, you guys are definitely a light worker. You guys are able to, like, how do I say this? Transmute situations. You guys are able to transmute energy into positivity, all right? The way you can attract in what you want. It's very, very powerful, all right? Oh, wow. We have number 3. Your energy heals others around you. Practice boundaries, most definitely. Again, you guys definitely have a very healing energy, like I just said, transmuting kind of energy. So definitely be careful of who you allow into your circle, because there are people who are going to be trying to take advantage of this energy. There'll be people who are going to try to uplift you, all right? So it's, you know, you got to tell the difference. Okay, and then here we go. Number 4 says you are clairvoyant. Your visions hold truth about reality. Amazing. So like I said, you guys do get visions in your mind's eye. And like I said, they do hold truth about reality. They do kind of tell you secrets about what's going on. A lot of them are probably to be interpreted, you know, not necessarily literal. But yeah, you guys are getting definitely some visions. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, just give it a thumbs up. And if you guys want to try Keen to find out more about your psychic abilities, they have so many psychics over there. I can tell you anything about anything, honestly. So guys, use my link, trykeen.com/lunarlighttarot. If you'd like a personal reading from me, I would love to help you out. Go ahead and look at my description box below, and that is where I have my services link, and that'll explain everything about a reading with me. Furthermore, I have the OG reading for you guys today. That's going to be all about, can people tell that you're psychic? All right, so if you want to know, I have the tea for you right over there. Hope you all enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, love and light. Bye-bye. Hey there. there, pal number 2. If you chose this Opalite crystal, this is your reading. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm starting off with the Tarot Illuminati today. And this is, of course, what are your psychic powers? What are your spiritual powers? Are you a witch, healer, or light worker? Let's go ahead and get into it, all right? So we're starting off with the Hierophant here. And immediately I am getting that you are someone who acts as an example for a lot of other people, okay? I would say that you are a light worker, you are some kind of spiritual teacher. I think that you've been through a lot on your journey already. I wouldn't say that you're new on your journey by any circumstance. I'd actually say that a lot of people look up to you and that you have a real gift for helping others see their own potential, all right? This can sometimes be a painful gift, actually, for you and for them, because when someone gets called out on, you know, what they're not doing to reach their potential, it can be not so happy, you know what I mean? But you really help people see what they could be doing in their lives, how much better they could be, you know, how much more they could be doing for themselves. I think you did this for yourself a lot. Maybe you're someone who's very self-critical, you have a hard time, you know, not being a perfectionist, wanting the most for yourself, and it's just because you have this really clear vision of what could be, all right? I'm getting that you also could be clairvoyant in some ways. Some of you are definitely clairaudient, all right? We're gonna get more on that later. But 10 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you help yourself and others really see what the future could be like, okay? Like the highest version of their own future, and also the path to achieve their own happiness. So I think this is also like a third eye kind of thing too. I'm getting like the chakras that are really powerful are the crown chakra and the third eye chakra, because again, you have this fantastic vision and also this path awareness of how to get to it, and you help other people get on this path as well. So I would definitely call you some kind of light worker, all right? So let's go ahead and look at the Divine Feminine Entrepreneurship deck by Liv Tarot. And are you a witch, healer, or light worker? What are your psychic abilities? Okay, what have we got here? Attract. Focus on attracting and building relationships. Okay, yeah, you definitely have a unique, why did I say that? You definitely have a talent. I meant to say something else, not a niche, but a knack. There we go. You definitely have a knack for attracting in a lot of good experiences, nice people, possibly even like products and jewelry. Sometimes you could like look at something, put it on your vision board, and it just like appears to you maybe like a couple months later, okay? You do have a really attractive aura as well, is what I'm getting. And part of this, what I'm getting is because, yeah, you've really conquered a lot of different situations in your life, okay? I'm not going to put all of this down, but I will take conquer. Like, again, you have had to conquer a lot of different situations in your life to get to the point where you are the Hierophant. You are someone people can take advice from. You've had to elevate. You had to create new mindsets for yourself so you can try and create new results and move forward in your life. I think there's been a lot of different times where you felt trapped or you felt stuck, and you had to force yourself to see differently, force yourself to see reality differently. That way you could get different results, and that really made you a very strong and also flexible person, you know? What else are we getting? Are you a witch, healer, or light worker? Collaborate. Okay. I'm seeing that either you are currently collaborating with others who are practicing the same kind of you know, religion, spirituality, witchcraft that you are, or you're about to, or you would benefit from a community in which you could do that, all right? I feel like most of you kind of want more people who are like this, because I think a lot of you have people come to you for advice. This could be a sign that you're about to meet more people who are on that wave with you. It could also be a sign to get involved in some kind of groups, okay? Either online or in person, that kind of practice something similar to what you do. Even if it means like, you know, somebody's YouTube channel, or if it's like Reddit, or, you know, or a Facebook group. You know, it could really help you. It could help you to increase your own abilities, all right, by seeing what people are doing for themselves, all right? All right, setting goals. I'm getting that you are a really powerful scripter. All right, a lot of you may try, may use scripting as in writing down what your desires are as if you already have them. And that could really, really work for you when it comes to manifesting. I'm seeing you also using like gratitude journals. Some of you use gratitude journals and that really works. A lot of you just set your goals and maybe you use vision boards, but they always come true. They almost always come true. Okay, so also a lot of you could have talents when it comes to writing, automatic writing. The first pile also got this, and that is essentially when you let spirit, you let the universe, you let, God, whatever, write through your hand. Okay, I would pray before I do it, but and you let them give you messages, okay, through what you're writing. People do it through typing, people do it through, actual handwriting. I think you would be really, really great at that if you haven't done it already. I'm seeing that for a lot of you, journaling really helps you to get what you want. Vision boards, okay, things like that. Plan, like I said, this is essentially a vision board this person has down here. So I think a lot of you do use them and it works really, really well. Again, another board looking thing, another board. Okay, a lot of you will plan out what you want and the kind of steps that it'll take to get it. It'll make like a strategy, and that really works. A lot of you mix practicality with manifesting. Okay, so you have your physical, like, real life practical plan, and you also have your manifesting routine to go with it, and those two are a powerhouse when it comes to getting what you want out of your manifestations. All right, so let's check out the messages from your angels decks. All right, what are your psychic abilities? What are your spiritual abilities? All right, ooh, I'm the angel of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. Okay, some of you, the message could be literal. Someone's pregnant. You could be pregnant. You don't have to be pregnant. No worries. Or a happy change could be coming to your family. What I'm also getting, though, is that you have this very special way of helping to heal people's inner child, all right? And again, it has to go with this seeing people's potential that I talked about earlier. Okay, so you help people heal their inner child for themselves, and in turn, that helps them fix their relationships with other people in their lives. Okay, so you meet people, you touch their hearts, and then it ends up helping to change their dynamics that happen around them. Effectively, boosting the energy of the earth, you know what I mean? Everyone's happier, the earth is happier, you know what I mean? Frequency's higher. Okay, we have Bridget. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. Again, you inspire people to just look deeper within themselves. You inspire people to understand more of like what makes them tick and not just look at life on the surface, all right? You help people find the treasure that's hidden within their darkness. And you really do the same for themselves. You really inspire a lot of change and a lot of transition, even if it ends up being like painful within people, okay? What are your psychic abilities? Ooh. To help heal the situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. Yeah, that's really, really a part of your gift, is being able to have a lot of empathy, okay? So I'm just getting that you guys are probably empaths, sensitive souls, old souls, definitely light workers, all right? And you have a real talent for healing other people as well as yourself, okay? That's beautiful. Let's go ahead and get 2 cards from the Soulful Woman deck, and then I'll wrap things up with these psychic ability channeled messages. Ooh, all right. Okay, so what are your psychic abilities? What are your spiritual abilities? Okay, we got 2 immediately. What have we got here? The unknown. I bow to the infinite intelligence of the cosmos, and my next steps are revealed. Wow, this is gorgeous. I think you also help people really bust out of their limiting beliefs. And you probably had to do this for yourself as well, because a lot of the time people have goals for themselves. They already have plans. They already have, you know what I mean? Or lack thereof, whatever. But it's a plan that they already have for themselves. You help people see beyond that, beyond what they think they can achieve, into the unknown of what they could be. All right, so you are definitely someone who's very comfortable with the unknown. You're someone who is comfortable with not knowing exactly what the next step is, but you know that the universe is always guiding you towards your next step. and you kind of help people get a little bit like a boost of freedom. You know what I mean? That they would need to help to make different decisions, that they would need to see themselves in a different light. You know what I mean? Take a shot every time I say, you know what I mean. Anyway, the power of self-talk. Oh, yes, absolutely. When my self-talk is kinder, I am empowered in my capacity to pursue my dreams and believe in myself. Absolutely. So I'm getting a really healthy mental diet here. And when I say mental diet, I mean like when we have a negative thought and we kind of force ourselves to think a good thought. It's like that, you know. You keep your mind as clean as possible. And you help influence others and their self-talk to be more positive. All right. And I think you really lead by example with the way that you try and speak about yourself. It's like, hear no evil, speak no evil, be no evil. It's like you really don't, you try not to acknowledge like negative emotions that you have in your mind. Instead, you switch them around to think a more positive thought. People notice you doing that, and they want to do the same thing for themselves. All right? And if you want to know, people know that you're a psychic. If you want to know if others can tell that you're a psychic, if they can tell that you're doing this, check out the OG reading at the end of the video. It's going to be all about that, okay? But we have these psychic channel messages here. All right, we're gonna get 3 of these. These are gonna tell us more specifically like what powers you might have, what you need to do to like improve them. Okay, what do we got here? For those who chose pile number 2, what are their psychic and spiritual abilities? All right, we have 6 and 5, okay, which is also 11. Let's see what it is. 5 says, you are clairaudient. Your angels communicate in whispers. Ooh, okay, definitely. That is so interesting. And, did we already talk about this before? I mean, I definitely was getting, like, you're doing a lot of visual things, right? Like, writing down your goals. But you guys could also really, with clairaudient, you could really be, like, almost like hearing things in your ears, hearing things in your mind. Or, like, you're having thoughts that aren't all necessarily your own, you know, like your angels, your spirit guides are communicating to you through thought. All right, so definitely take note of your thoughts, especially those that come with gut feelings, because we have number 6, you are clairsentient. Listen to your gut more often. And I think that's a lot of the reasons why things tend to work out for you, the paths you take really work out for you, because you have this great gut feeling and also this intuitive sense that you get from your angels and your thoughts, right? That leads you to these great paths for yourself, okay? So this is a really great combo. Okay, then we have 11. Oh, others are noticing your powers and magical aura. Ooh, wow. Okay, so definitely people are noticing the way that you're starting to go about your spiritual journey here. Again, if you want to know if people can tell that you're psychic, check out the OG reading. And if you guys want to get a reading from a psychic, if you guys want to get more about your own psychic abilities, I suggest Keen. You guys can use my link at trykeen.com/lunarlighttarot to get your first 10-minute reading for $1.99. Guys, I'm serious when I say I really loved it. Like, I was at the like 6-minute mark. I didn't know what to talk about, and I had like over 12 questions. I was like, how did you get through these so fast in so much detail? But anyway, and if you guys want a reading from me, I would love to help you out. Go ahead and look in my description box below, and that is where I have my services link, and that'll explain everything about a reading with me. You guys know all about the OG reading already, so that is it. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll talk to you in the next one. Alrighty, how many times can I say already? Okay, talk to you in the next one. Love and light. Bye-bye. Hey there, pal number 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the rose quartz crystal, if this is your reading, let's go ahead and get into it. I am starting off today with the Tarot Illuminati. And this is, of course, are you a witch, healer, light worker? What are your psychic and spiritual abilities? You guys have come to the right place. All right, so let's go ahead and just hop into it. I have to say, this pile is looking like one of, if not the most powerful pile that I have in this whole reading, okay? You heard that correctly. You guys probably have almost all abilities. And I'm not blowing smoke up your butt right now. I really feel a lot of power coming from this pile in particular. All right, we're starting off here with the sun. This is how serious I am. The sun, as in, you guys are very, very, very powerful manifestors, okay? I think with this kind of like baby here, the baby's like pointing towards the sun. You guys just point towards what you want, and the universe is like, yes, 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 yes. I think that you have very special connection with the divine also. There are a lot of angels that look out for you. There are a lot of like archangels, like, you know, spirit guides, ancestors that look after you. And also believe that you are very special. I think that you guys have a very particular purpose to this earth, and it's very special that you came here and had almost all spiritual abilities, that you could achieve this really huge mission that you have. Okay, some of you guys could feel like you're destined for a lot of really big things. Okay, that's why you need all of these abilities. Okay, some of you guys are destined to be like public speakers, to be celebrities even, you know, to be famous in some way or another. Maybe not exactly like Bella Hadid, you know what I mean? More like Abraham Hicks, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. What else am I getting from this? Yeah, the universe really favors you guys. I don't know what to say. Like, you're definitely surrounded by divine energies a lot, and they really, really help you with your manifestations. Like, half of your manifestations is you and your excellent power, and then half of it is also the angels and archangels, you know, the universe backing you up, all right? And they do a lot for you. They really want you to achieve pretty much anything that you want, because I think that you have a very special purpose on this earth. Not to say that you're like way better than anybody else, you know what I mean? But I think your purpose is going to help serve a lot of different people. So you're almost like being like prioritized in a way. I'm really getting that. I'm not, like I said, I'm not BSing. This is really, really what I'm getting and feeling, okay? But furthermore, you guys have fantastic willpower, okay? I think that you have great determination and this great mindset that really helps you achieve your manifestations quickly, all right? It's this great balance of mind, body, and soul that really helps you get there, okay? Emotions, passions, and thoughts that help you get there. What I'm getting is that you are very emotionally stable, okay? You may feel like you're not sometimes. I mean, everybody has their moments, right? Life is difficult. But what I'm getting overall is that you don't let your emotions control you, okay? You control your own emotions and your thoughts. And that really, really helps to speed up your manifestations. Say, for example, two people trying to manifest money. One person is calm and like relaxed about it. They're not thinking about money too much. The other person is really worried about their bills, they're worried about debt, you know what I mean? They're getting, their emotions are kind of taking over their perception of how secure they are, you know what I mean? And you're really person number one. You're the person who's calm, as opposed to letting your emotions dictate how you feel about your reality, okay? You consciously choose your thoughts, and that helps you curate your reality, okay? I'm also getting that, with this King of Wands in reverse, you know when to take action and when to relax, okay? One of my manifesting tips is half action, half attraction, okay? The universe does not reward us for overworking. We cannot overwork when we're trying to manifest things, because you know what? The people who already have what we want are not overworking to get what they have. Do you see what I mean? Like, people who already have $1 million are not, you know, fiending, all upset about how do I get $1 million because they already have it. So you're kind of in that same energy, all right? You do the tasks that you need to do to get to where you want to be, but you don't overthink it, and you don't exert, like, not desperate energy, but you don't exert stressed energy when trying to get you what you want. You relax, and then you take a step, all right? So that's really, really good. All right, so this is the Divine Feminine Entrepreneurship deck by Liv Tarot. So what are your psychic abilities? What are your spiritual abilities? Are you a witch, healer, or light worker? All right, train what? Train muse, okay. Okay, this is great. Okay, this is more of the attraction and action that I was talking about earlier. So it's like, you guys do your things, you guys do your rituals, you do your training, you know what I mean? You do your manifestation routine, and then you relax. You know, you take that cup of coffee, you go out onto the beach, you know, you get your glass of wine, you go to the park, I don't know, just places, I guess. But you enjoy your time, okay? Like, you don't spend all day, I guess, worrying about what you can bring in, how you can bring it in faster, things like that. You have a really great balance of relaxing and then taking steps to get what you want. Because again, the relaxation part is so important, because those who have what they want already are chilling. You know what I mean? So what are your psychic abilities? What's this? Raise your vibe, publish, and flow. Okay. Raise your vibe and then flow. How do I explain this? I think you guys are really in a high vibrational place. First of all, I think it took a lot of time for you to get here. I don't think it was always so easy. I believe that you guys have really had to analyze yourself. Maybe you're maybe someone who's into journaling. Also, maybe you read a lot of self-help books to be able to do that. But that's got you to a place where you can really just flow in your manifestations, where they just flow to you. Okay, so I'm seeing that your spiritual journey has been a long time coming. Okay, so now you're to the point where you can really just slow down to be able to get what you want. You guys really have to work as hard as necessarily other people to manifest what they want, because again, your mindset is really high vibrational. All right. And you're taking that time to relax, like we said. Yeah, move forward. You guys very naturally move forward. You guys very naturally flow towards what you want. And it's because you listen to your mind, you listen to your body. You know, we need to take a break, okay? I cannot tell you how many times I've overworked myself and then finally taken a break and then gotten whatever I was trying to work towards. And it was just because the universe didn't want to give it to me while I was overworking as a reward for overworking, okay? They want you to relax and enjoy life, okay? These are the messages from your angels deck. What are your psychic abilities? What are your spiritual abilities? What are your psychic abilities? To make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose and which way takes me away from it? Okay, this is interesting. What am I getting with this? Give me a second, guys. I'm also getting that you have a really great sense of discernment when it comes to what to manifest into your life. All right? I think that if you were to ask for, I don't know, like a purple elephant out of nowhere, maybe you wouldn't manifest that as easily. You know what I mean? Because you don't really need it, because you don't really want it. It's not such as your path. I think that you very deliberately manifest things that are important to your path, okay? You don't just kind of like manifest for fun. You very deliberately choose what's really important to you next on your path. And that helps things move along a lot faster, okay? You have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. All right. I do feel like you guys could be really fantastic spiritual teachers for others. Again, because you have this attraction and action thing really, really down pat, okay? So you guys would be really fantastic public speakers. You guys could publish books. You know what I mean? You guys could publish a self-help book. It would be really popular. You guys would, like, I don't know, put out courses, do a YouTube channel. Like, it would really work because you guys have this technique that just really draws things to you quite quickly. All right? Francesca, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your process. This is just fantastic. I think that you guys take breaks before your thought process becomes negative. That way you continue having these positive thoughts, you know, positive mindset. And again, when you visualize, it really, really works, okay? I think a lot of you do use visualizations. Whether that be, you know, physical visualizations like vision boards or scripting or whatever, or just, you know, doing it in your head, in your mind's eye. Both are really, really powerful, all right? All right, so let's move on to the Soulful Woman deck, and then I'll do these psychic messages. We can wrap this up. So yeah, what are your psychic abilities? What are your spiritual abilities for those chose pile number 3? Heart healing. My courageous healing journey brings me personal awakening and a deeper relationship with myself. Wow, this is really gorgeous. I feel like you all lead by example about how to heal yourself, how to get to a really positive, you know, mental diet, positive mindset, and how to be in deeper relationship with yourself, okay? Because someone who's able to kind of monitor their thoughts in this way, someone who's able to monitor and manage their stress in this way definitely has a good relationship with themselves, and you help teach people how to grow themselves and how to manage themselves and kind of in that way. All right, what are your psychic abilities? What are your spiritual abilities? Woo! Love-based reality. Wow. I am soul nurtured when I surround myself with friends and family who support a love-based reality. And it starts with you, all right? We had this heart healing and now love-based reality, and they both have hearts in their chests. You have really done a fantastic job of loving yourself so much that it has now penetrated outwards to the world around you, okay? It's like your guys' vibe is so high, you don't even attract like negative experiences any longer. Have you guys gotten to that point? You know what I mean? Like when your vibe's so high, you just really don't experience like shitty things that like life has to offer you pretty much any longer. I mean, life will always catch you, you know, give you a curveball. To be honest, there's shitty things in every ascension level if you think about it that way. But you guys really have moved past all the toxicity that used to be in your life, and now you're living this love-based reality, and you're bringing others up with you by leading by example. All right. So let's go ahead and finish off this reading with these psychic ability channel messages. I just made these off camera, and these are all about your abilities, you know. So let's go ahead and see what you got. Okay. So for those who chose rose quartz, what are their psychic and spiritual abilities? All right. We have 6 and 5, which is also 11. This is funny, the last pile also got this. If you guys wanted to check out pile number 2, that could be a really good choice if you want to, you know, if you feel called to it. All right, number 5 says, you are clairaudient. Your angels communicate in whispers. All right, this is really fantastic, okay? Definitely being clairaudient is a really great gift. It really helps you with sense of discernment, right? You guys could feel like you guys are getting all of these different thoughts, but not all of your thoughts are really your own. You have, you know, angels and spirit guides and ancestors that are kind of whispering in your ears, telling you how to take the next steps forward, all right? Like I said, you guys are surrounded by divine beings, really helping you along your path, okay? Then we have 6, you are clairsentient. Listen to your gut more often. Now this, along with clairaudience, really explains why you guys have this, you know, higher path awareness, or you're being, you know, how you're being supported so well. It's because, you know, not only are you getting messages through your thoughts, you're also getting these gut feelings. So when you picture your path is that much more clear because you're really feeling which way is correct. You're really feeling which things to manifest. All right. And then we have 11. Others are noticing your powers and magical aura. Wow, gorgeous. So others could actually know that you're psychic. If you guys want to know if others can tell if you're psychic, check out the OG reading. It's going to be all about that. So that is at the end of the video. And if you guys want to get more information about you being psychic, if you guys want to ask a psychic about your own abilities and have them tell you, guys, definitely try Keen, all right? And use my link at trykeen.com/lunarlighttarot. You guys are going to love Keen. Believe me, I was blown away when I used them. No BS. I thought it was just so awesome. What else we got here? So, you guys want a personal reading with me? I would love to help you out. Go ahead and look in my description box below. That is where I have my services link, and that will include everything about a reading with me. And that is it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, love and light. Bye-bye. Hey there, pile 4. If you chose this fluorite crystal, this is your reading. Let's go ahead and get into it. I started off with the Tarot Illuminati today. And this is, of course, are you a witch, healer, or light worker? What are your spiritual abilities? What are your psychic gifts? Okay, so let's go ahead and just get straight into this, all right? So what have I got for you? Okay, I am already seeing that you all have really fantastic connections to your angels and spirit guides, all right? There are a lot of really positive forces around you that are actually helping you to get to where you need to go. And that's part of your gifts. I feel that before this life, you were really close with a lot of your spirit guides, things like that. You may have had a very special mission coming into this life, so you needed like extra protection. Okay, I'm seeing that you guys get a lot of how do I say this, clairaudient kind of messages. Okay, so it's kind of like whispers in your mind from your spirit guides, your ancestors, kind of like helping you, giving you a gut feeling, kind of telling you what to do. Your like spirit guides, ancestors, you know, spirit, whatever, has really cloaked you in some kind of protection is what I'm getting, and also giving you the gift of discernment, so you can really decide which path to take when, you know, building things for yourself, building your empire. You guys are really, really solid people as well, like solid in mind, solid emotionally, all right? And part of this is because of all this protection that you have around you. You're meant to be someone who is going to, like, you know, be comfortable in life, is going to have money, who's going to, you know, you're gonna end up doing really great things and having a really nice life. It may feel that you're like far away from your goals right now, but you are actually always meant to be this person. Okay, always meant to be that person who's really strong and stable and you know, is an example to other people even. What else am I getting with this? I'm getting a lot of like heart chakra energy. Okay, I think that maybe you guys have gone through some kind of heart chakra awakening. Maybe you're trying to, you know, open things up for yourself. But what I'm getting is like the energy that you kind of like put out there, the love energy that you put out there has really been coming back to you, or will be coming back to you like tenfold, all right? I feel that you guys may actually try to help other people as well. Maybe you have a talent when it comes to giving advice, or, you know, just being a really great friend, being there for people. And that kind of energy is really circling back to you in this really wonderful way. You have a gift when it comes to collecting positive karma. Such an interesting gift to have. Like, I think that you really work on being the best version of yourself, being a great person, and that energy is really cyclical and it's coming back to bless you, okay, many times over. And again, you're already protected, you're already very blessed. Yeah, I would say that you definitely have a lot of spirit guides around you helping you. We have these 6 of Cups here. You guys have very close connections with your angels, again, with your spirit guides, okay? And they're always trying to do things to, like, cheer you up. So you could, I don't know, you go across the street and you see these flowers blooming, you see feathers on the ground, you see special shaped clouds. You guys have a lot of different signs that help affirm you that you're on your path. And it is because your spirit guides, angels, etc., they really do love you so much, and they want to help you. You could also have a very special purpose on this earth, and that's why they want to help you so much. Again, I'm getting clairaudient quite heavily, as in you really hear the directions of those who are helping you, the divine spirits that are helping you. And again, judgment, so it talks about discernment to me. So this talks of like higher path awareness, like, you know what steps you need to take to become your highest self, what steps you need to take to, you know, build that empire for yourself, build a legacy for yourself. All right, and there's a deep trust in spirit that's really enabling all this to happen. Okay, that is so interesting. So let's go ahead and check out the Divine Feminine Entrepreneurship deck from Liv Tarot. What are your spiritual abilities? All right, plan. Yes, you guys have this really fantastic path awareness, again, that's coming from your discernment, and definitely this clairaudient sense that, you know, is being developed by your spirit guides. All right, it's like you're able to come up with this really solid, detailed plan for how you want to go about, you know, achieving your dreams, and you're able to kind of stick to that. Okay, also what I'm getting is that you're able to avoid and like speed up setbacks, okay, because you kind of know how they work. You're like, okay, a detour is probably good for whatever I'm doing right now. I'm going to just go ahead and accept it, anticipate that, you know, plan for setbacks, and it kind of helps you along your path. I think a lot of people also look up to you for the kind of mindset you have yourself in, all right? And then even when things go wrong, you seem to just like, you know, be stable, and people want to emulate that. All right, what else we got here? What are your psychic abilities? Okay, we have decide with entertain. Okay, I have to say that a lot of you may be deciding on whether or not you want to get involved in this kind of like spiritual community. You want to start a channel, you want to join that Facebook group, you want to, you know, you want to get out there in some way and become a part of the spiritual community, you know? I definitely think you guys have a lot to show to others, and there's a lot that you have to say that hasn't necessarily been said yet. I know sometimes in these communities it seems like everyone's repeating the same things, like what else do I have to add? But you'll be surprised on how much your opinion really adds to the conversation, okay? I'm just really seeing that you guys are very imaginative as well. Whatever you visualize really comes about for yourself, and you're kind of secretive with the way that you manifest, okay? A lot of people can't really tell what you're up to. You're very like, you know, you hold your cards to your chest when it comes to what routines you have to manifest, all right? But things just kind of naturally work out for you, I think, yeah. With the decide card, I think you guys are deciding like whether or not to get further involved in the community. Okay, so we have learn and direct. Oh my God, yes, you have so many skills that people would love to learn from you. All right. Also, I'm getting that a lot of you have a really captivating presence. You will do really well in front of other people, teaching other people. We got this earlier that you're a great advice giver, okay? You give great advice on maybe how to connect more with your spirit guides, how to really receive their guidance and understand, you know, what steps are next for you, all right? As well as how to really draw in your desires, what kind of plans to make to do that. So if you've been wanting to kind of, you know, get out there more, I definitely suggest that. It looks like people could really benefit from what you have to say. What are your spiritual abilities? So you guys are definitely some kind of spiritual teacher, healer, or you could be, you know what I mean? Like you have potential to grow this within you. But you guys have a very special connection to the divine, and that's one of your gifts, okay? Analyze and diversify. What I'm getting here is that y'all are always analyzing yourselves. You're always trying to self-assess and become better, and also try and find different ways to manifest, okay? Some of you guys are actually into the water method, like the cups method. Some of you guys are into like building vision boards, watching YouTube videos on how to do it, you know, watching like blog posts and whatever. And it's looking like you guys want to get more involved in the communities that you're kind of like searching over. So I definitely suggest, you know, typing out a comment or two, or, you know, whatever you like, because there's a lot you guys can learn. I'm going to challenge you guys right now, and I'm going to challenge you to write down one of, if not your best manifesting tip down below for the others, and we can just, you know, we can share them, and we can share them, okay? Because you guys have a lot to, give to others, you know. I'm gonna give you guys some practice, okay? So, okay, let's look at this. Messages from your angels deck. What are your psychic and spiritual abilities? Are you a witch, healer, or light worker? Stop it. We have, you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. Wow, that is amazing. Talk about confirmation. This is literally, you are a light worker. And I'm really getting that there was a mission that you kind of, you know, you felt you had to do when you came to, you know, this reality, when you came to 3D. And your spirit guides are helping you a lot to, one, remember that, and to, you know, protect you so that you can make that happen, you know? Okay. So we have Desiree. No, conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help, guide, and comfort you. Okay, so again, about the angels, you have a very strong connection with them. And also, the sense of discernment is so strong. I don't want anybody to, like, think that discernment is not a psychic gift, because it really is. I mean, just being able to have a gut feeling and knowing whether or not you should go someplace, whether or not you should participate in something, it's really special, and it'll save you a lot of time, energy, and, you know, and hardships, honestly, to be able to say that, like, no, this probably isn't the best for me right now. I don't really feel this vibe. So you guys definitely have the gift of discernment, okay? As well as clairaudience. I really do feel like your angels communicate with you. Okay, what are your psychic gifts? All right. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on heaven and on earth are watched over by angels. Okay. I'm really getting you guys have like almost a psychic connection when it comes to some pets. Or if you have your own pet, you guys almost have like a telepathic connection with your pet. And it's not just in your head, it's really real. So that's really sweet. You guys are empathic beyond words, okay? So you can really pick up on what animals other people are feeling. I think you just walk into a room and you know the energy of the room, okay? And that does help with your discernment. Then we have Shanti. I am the angel of peace. I bring new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. Again, I love this. This angel is just staring right out into the future, and that's just like you guys, okay? You have this laser focus or this amazing path awareness when it comes to what you should do next, what path is going to bring you the most peace, what path is going to be the most prosperous for you, all right? You guys really understand your world and your reality, and that's where you're able to shape it so well, all right? Let's get 2 cards from the Soulful Woman deck, and then I'll look at these channel messages and we'll be all set after that. Okay, what are their psychic abilities for those who chose talent 4? All right, we have loving from the inside. It is a gift, it is a blessing to give myself the gift of my own presence. This is really gorgeous, and I feel you are just so present with yourself. You know, you're someone who really enjoys their own company to the point where they protect it. You protect that special energy that you give to yourself. Also, look at this person's crown chakra. It's literally bursting up into the heavens, okay? So again, you're getting a lot of psychic messages, a lot of downloads, okay, a lot of protection from your guides, okay? But as well as this great sense of self-love that really helps to inform your boundaries, really helps to inform your standards, and really helps to guide you along this path, okay? I think that, of course, you had to work on your self-love quite a bit, but now it's become a gift because you're able to use it in a way that helps further you on your path, okay? Because you only want the best for yourself. Does that make sense? What are your psychic abilities? What are your spiritual abilities? Oh, stop it, because I said this word like so many times, okay? Path awareness. Again, if I sincerely ask, I am always guided back to the right path for me and to my central purpose. Again, third eye chakra is open, crown chakra is open, all right? Heart chakra is open. This getting you guys lead with this beautiful mix of heart and soul, okay? Heart and mind. And it is really helping you to just move along your path really well. Also, you guys are just shrouded in all of this protection, so you're able to kind of, you know, move in silence like G's do in lasagna, if that makes sense, as Lil Wayne would say. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to your channel messages now, and I just wrote these off camera. So we're gonna get 3 channel messages with my dice. So let's shake it up. And for those who chose number 4, for those who chose Fluorites, what are your psychic abilities and your spiritual abilities? Okay, so we have 3 and 1. There's also 4. Okay? You are a light worker and healer. Keep up the great work. Okay, if you guys needed any more confirmation, most definitely a light worker. So that is amazing. And you guys are so protected because you're meant to be sharing this light with the world, okay? When the time is right, you're meant to really, you know, open up and share with others what you've learned. And if the time's not right now, it's about to be right, let me tell you. Okay, number 3. Your energy heals others around you. Practice boundaries. Guys, like I said, for real, like you are healing others with your energy, all right? And you help other people by leading by example, all right? So yeah, definitely practice your boundaries. Keep practicing your boundaries and standards, because you're gonna attract a lot of people who are gonna want to like suck you of your energy, because it is so positive and so healing, and they want to be healed by you, all right? But we got to heal ourselves, okay? The only people who can help heal us are like your friends and like therapists, okay? Anyway, we have number 4. You are clairvoyant. Your visions hold truth about reality. All right, so what did I say? Seriously, and it really helps you to see and experience this path. So I'm getting that your angels, your guides, they're whispering in your ears, you know, they're telling you things. Oh, sorry, voyant. So you guys are definitely getting like mind's eye visions about how to proceed along your path. Again, third eye is open, that kind of stuff. All right. So that is what I had for y'all today. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to learn more about what makes you psychic, if you guys want to get another psychic reading, I really suggest Keen. Okay, you can try my link at trykeen.com/lunarlighttarot. No BS, guys. I super love this service. I think it's really awesome. You guys are going to have a ball with it. I'm serious. So definitely try it out. 10 minutes for $1.99. And what else have I got for you guys? The OG reading, that's going to be all about, can others tell that you're a psychic? So if you want to know about that, go ahead and check out the OG reading coming up in just a few seconds, of course. And if you want a reading from me, I would love to help you out. Go ahead and look in my description box down below, and that is where I have my services link, and that'll explain everything about a reading with me. And yeah, that is it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, love and light. Bye-bye. Hello to my OG. Stay to the very end of the reading. I'm so happy to have you all here. Have you guys noticed I placed the crystals here after I finished the pile, so it's almost like we're all together at the OG reading. Anyways, wanted to point that out. Guys, be sure to give Keen a try if you're interested. It's really awesome. I really have nothing bad to say about them. It's super interesting. I think you guys would get a really great kick out of it. And $1.99 for a 10-minute reading. Literally, I was asking like, I don't know, 12 plus questions. We were at 6-7 minutes and I didn't have anything else to ask. Like, they already answered all my questions in detail. So I suggest doing a phone call. Those are like the best. You guys definitely give it a try. I found like another advisor after my first 10 minutes, like our first $1.99. I found one for $1.99 a minute. So it, guys, is super cheap and I really suggest it. I think it's awesome. Anyway, so can others tell that you're a psychic? All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what we got. Can others tell that you're psychic? People can tell that there's something very like dreamy about you. Something that's kind of dreamy, but also isn't like necessarily up in the clouds. There's a practicality to the kind of magic that you guys have. People are trying to figure it out, okay? People are a little bit of, okay, they can tell. They can tell, and they're a little bit afraid of you, okay? Especially people who are close to you. Especially people who are close to you. They're just a little bit afraid that you would, like, I don't know, do hex on them or something crazy like that. You know, not crazy, but I say hexes are crazy, but they definitely feel that you have a lot of manifesting energy. They have like some kind of, I know, magician type energy. It just seems like for people who aren't really tapped into you, it feels like you have a lot of luck. For people you just met, it just feels like you have this really pretty, you know, like really interesting aura, very magnetic aura. But for those who know you, they know it's witchcraft and they're a little nervous. Yeah, really, okay, so people have seen that you have conquered your emotional body, right? You control your emotions, they don't control you. And also you have a really special and sacred self-love, you know, like you're really tapped into who you are and you're not afraid to show that to other people, all right? In that way, people wonder, like, if you've done spells to make yourself more attractive, if you've done spells to attract in partners, you know what I mean? People can feel like you have the cheat codes to life, all right? And that you're like moving in a way that's like really unexpected. It is because you have like kind of some powers, all right? People don't want to ask you about what you're doing though, because they are afraid that they're going to find out something they don't want to know. But in actuality, I think that it's a lot more light and love than like maybe they would think it is. People hear like witchcraft or the occult and I think instantly like, you know, everyone's sacrificing chickens. I'm like, that's not really how like it works necessarily. You know what I mean? No offense to those who do, of course. But yeah. And people are afraid to ask you because they feel like they're gonna learn something scary. But in actuality, you're just probably like sitting in your room, like, you know, like using some tarot cards and like picking some spell bottles. Like, where's the harm, babe? But yeah, people imagine it as if like you're in your room doing some devilish chants, you know, and getting possessed or whatever. But really, you're just, you know, using your mind and your thoughts to progress yourself forward in life. So it's kind of interesting. People can tell, but they're really afraid to ask you. Okay, they can definitely tell. I'm like, what else should I ask here? Okay, can people tell that you're psychic? Can others tell that you're psychic? Move forward. Yes, the way that you move is sus. Like, people are like, you're moving forward a little too fast. What's good with you? Like, how are you doing that? What are you doing? Decide. Yeah, they can't really decide necessarily if you're like a witch or not. They just know that you like, they just know that your plans pan out. You know what I mean? So they're a little bit confused by you. They feel like they don't really know exactly where to pin you, but they know something is up with you. They know something is up. Prioritize. You know what's funny? Because this came out in reverse, actually. I'm getting that you don't necessarily have to... People feel like you don't have to focus or prioritize as much as other people to get your goals accomplished. Like, things just kind of like, boom, happen for you. You know what I mean? When people are... Other people around them feel like they're like splitting hairs or like pulling teeth to get to where they want to be. And all of a sudden, like, you're 10 steps ahead because you just did a candle ritual. Like, what? You know what I mean? They don't understand how that happens. But yeah, they feel like they're just zooming ahead in life, and they're sus about it. Some people can tell. Some people think you have a great aura, you have fantastic luck. Other people can tell, and they are a little bit scared. Especially the ones who are like close to you. They wouldn't want to ask you too much about it, but they feel that you got that vibe going. All right? So that is it, everybody. I really hope that you enjoyed today's reading. If you did, just give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And if you're an OG, you're not subscribed, does it really make much sense, you know? Probably just click the red button, just make it official. That would be so great. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right? Lots and lots of love and light. Bye-bye.